beloved friends, we gather to answer the most persistent question of the human heart: is complete happiness possible upon this earth? The answer, drawn from the highest wisdom, is no. Life has been given to you as a trial or an expiation. However, do not let this truth dishearten you. While absolute bliss awaits a transformed humanity, it is entirely within your power to mitigate your misfortunes and enjoy a relative happiness, a state as great as this dense plain will allow. We must face a hard truth. Most of the time, we are the artisans of our own unhappiness. 1. The illusions of wealth and necessity. What is the standard of happiness here? For material existence, it is the possession of the necessary. For the moral life, it is a good conscience and faith in God and His laws. But we are deceived by the artificial needs of civilization. Consider the man with an income of 50,000 who sees it reduced to 10,000. He weeps, believing he is destitute because he can no longer keep his house, his car, or gratify his passions. He believes he lacks the necessities, yet beside him, others die of cold and hunger. To be truly happy, the wise look down to those who have less, never up with envy. Do not envy the wicked who prosper. Their wealth is a trial more dangerous than poverty. If they use it for selfishness, they are preparing bitter tears for themselves. 2. Vocation, the dignity of labor. Much of our misery stems from straying from the path God has outlined for us. How many parents, driven by pride or avarice, force their children into prestigious paths for which they have no aptitude? Let us be clear, there are no dishonorable professions. It is far better to be a skilled barrister than a bad lawyer. Yet, society's pride often drives men to despair. A man may operate outside his intellectual sphere, fail, and then, paralyzed by the shame of descending the social ladder, view suicide as his only escape. This is the fatal error of pride. In a society truly organized by the laws of God, no one would die of hunger, and no labor would be viewed with disdain. 3. The worms of the soul, envy and jealousy. If we are the artisans of our material woes, we are even more so the architects of our mental anguish. The true torments of the soul are envy and jealousy, those two voracious worms. The envious man creates a voluntary hell. His hatreds appear as ghosts that pursue him even in sleep. Often, this jealousy has no object but mediocrity. One is jealous simply because another has risen above the common horizon. If you wish to escape this fever, raise your thoughts toward the infinite. Viewed from the height of eternity, these sorrows are as petty as the sadness of a child who has lost a toy. 4. The consolation of the grave. We arrive now at the sorrow that strikes all the loss of loved ones. Is this grief not legitimate? Yes, but Spiritism offers the supreme remedy. There is no separation from those you love and those who love you. Through respectful evocation, the dead can come to us, hear us, and reply to us. This is no sacrilege, it is a communion of love. But be warned, persistent, unreasonable sorrow acts as a burden upon the departed spirit. Consider this analogy. If two friends are in prison, and one is released first, should the one remaining weep that his friend is free? Or, if a friend moves to a foreign country for their betterment, you remain in correspondence. You are separated only physically, so it is with death. The one who departs is the first to be liberated. 5. Ingratitude and antipathetic unions. You will face ingratitude. Do not let it harden your heart. Ingratitude is merely a test of your persistence in doing good. Remember, Christ himself was treated as a villain and impostor. Pity the ungrateful, for they will one day face hearts as hard as their own. In our unions, we often suffer antipathetic marriages. Why? Because we chose based on physical attraction, which is perishable, rather than the affection of the soul, which is eternal. We suffer the consequences of our prejudices and ambition. 6. The fear of death. Why do you fear death? It is the fruit of childhood teachings about eternal hellfire. The materialist fears the void. The dogmatic believer fears the flames. But the righteous man fears nothing. He knows death is but a transition, and he has the assurance that he will meet no gaze he must dread.
7. The ultimate analysis of suicide. Finally, we must address the darkest shadow, suicide. The dissatisfaction that leads to it often stems from idleness and satiety. But hear the universal law: no one has the right to take their own life. Only God has that right. Let us examine the specific forms of this folly, that you may understand the depth of the error. 1. To escape trouble. This is cowardice. God helps those who suffer, not those who lack the courage to bear the trial. 2. To escape shame. This is a double wrong. It does not erase the first evil, it adds a second. 3. To save family honor. The intention is taken into account, but it remains a transgression. It proves one values the estimation of men more than God. 4. To arrive sooner at a better life. Absolute folly. This delays your entry into better worlds and often forces you to return to complete the very life you cut short. 5. Sacrifice for others. If one gives their life to save another, this is sublime. It is not suicide, provided it is selfless and untarnished by pride. 6. Slow suicide. Abuse of passions. Those who destroy their health through excess are doubly guilty. They had time to reason, unlike the man acting in sudden delirium. 7. Euthanasia. Shortening suffering. Even when death is inevitable, shortening it shows a lack of resignation. Who are you to know if unexpected aid might not arrive at the last second? 8. Reuniting with loved ones. Those who kill themselves to join the dead achieve the opposite. They are kept apart as punishment for their distrust in providence. 9. Cultural custom, e.g., widows burning themselves. This is done out of ignorance and coercion, not true suicide. These barbarous customs will vanish with civilization. The consequences, the penalty is not fixed, but the result is always disappointment. The most common effect is the persistence of the link between spirit and body. In natural death, the link dissolves. In suicide, it is broken violently while strong. The spirit may believe it is still alive, remaining in confusion. In terrible cases, the spirit is compelled to witness the horror of their own decomposition, feeling the anguish until the time their natural life would have ended. Yikes.
8. Conclusion. My friends, do not be like the patient who refuses the bitter medicine that heals. Life is that medicine. Bear your trials without complaint, silence your envy, and look forward to the future when you feel the weight of this dreadful that is earth. Remember, work with purpose, trust in God, and know that you are never abandoned. Go forth with courage.